Yeah, I know this looks kind of weird when it's not in context, but don't worry. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video from MattyDTube, and I know it's been really long since I've posted a video, but today I've decided, you know what, let me do something different. I'm not gonna sit down in a chair and talk. I'll be drawing, and this is just a little bit of a voiceover, you know? And yeah, today's discussion or topic is destruction and creation. Hope you enjoy. Okay, just because I'm not sitting on a chair answering some questions doesn't necessarily mean that I won't be answering some questions, damn it. Well, I guess let's get straight into the first one. Well, okay, what is creation and is it necessary? Well, creation is necessary in order to push out the old. If we get stuck to the old ways, like let's say washing clothes, it's let's just say our hands will be rough as hell if we continued to wash the clothes the same way that we used to do centuries ago. Now we have newer and advanced technology to pretty much do it for us, same as dishwashers basically. I mean, like, if we were still doing it the old ways, I know plenty of people who will be human dishwashers in general. Or, well, now since that's just the case, but that's not to say that we didn't take inspiration from the old. The concept is still there, but with the newer technology. Now we still have the things washing the clothes and washing the dishes for us. This concept is still there. It's still a necessary thing for us, but it's just that it's done in a clearly different way. Now, if that's the case, then isn't destruction a path to creation? Well, every act of creation is also an act of destruction. Now, hear me out. The creation of something new and different, something that has not yet been, demands destruction of the old and the typical. What is now and what has come before, the presence of destruction is at the core of the creative process itself. Let's say we want to I can literally talk about on this topic like for hours on end, but just to give another example, let's say we have a row, or not really a row, on the street we have houses and shops and all that stuff. Yeah, let's say in order to make way for the new, the much better looking, I can literally I won't show you a picture of it, but this is actually something that is happening right now. A part, like just a bunch of houses that used to be where they used to be, is now being demolished and being just replaced with what looks like something beautiful. I swear, and it looks pretty good. So in order for the new to like bloom and the technology to be seen, the old, well, the concept still being there has to let's just say be replaced in general if it's necessary. Now why are some things broken? Why are some things that are broken, why can't they be fixed? For example, relationships. Well, for someone to be broken beyond repair, they have to, well, just give up on life for them to be broken beyond repair. But for something to be broken beyond repair, it has to be really smashed into pieces, most likely intentionally to make way for the new, or accidentally out of carelessness in the presence of the new. The old is cared for less, but let's just say you, for example, you get a new phone, yeah? And on the first day you treat it with the utmost care, like when you place it down, it's like, if it even makes a sound when you place it down, you're like, oh crap, no, I'm gonna put a cushion underneath it. Or like, let's say you get something new and then you treat it with so much care that it's like it's like some holy grail. But then 1 year later, you just drop it on the bed, but the bed pretty soft, so it's fine. And let's say 2 years later, it's a completely different story. You can throw it up in the air and not give a crap if it smashes and breaks on the ground. It's like, oh, I guess that's it. It's the end of that life. Like, let me get a new one now. And that cycle kind of technically it repeats. That cycle does repeat, but I guess that's for a discussion for a whole different video. And you treat it like trash due to how old it is. Our new phone, like how old it is, or your new phone. I mean, trust me, it's different with parents, though, I believe, unless you air their calls. Anyways, moving away from that, is it possible for there to be only creation or only destruction? Because we will not destroy, we are unable to create, because we are unwilling to become destroyers. We cannot become creators. One could in fact say we don't dare to imagine new possibilities and realities, as doing so inherently destroys our cherished but limiting actualities and current modes of being. Well, okay, let me summarize that up for people who are like, what is this? 13-year-old kid saying? Alright, let me summarize that. In summary of what I legit just said, it basically means we will not dare destroy what we already have to create something new, because of we can't imagine the new possibilities and something new, because it will just completely shake up our realities and what we are used to. We think something that is like mind-boggling, like self-driving cars, and then when that is like replaced with something else, I really don't know if like, even me, it's hard to just say, oh crap, since this is being replaced by something even better. It destroys, not really it doesn't destroy, it kind of just shakes up what we think are our limitations, and it is limiting us in general. Alright, so then is it possible for that to be only creation? Did I legit? I'm repeating myself. I'm like, alright, sorry, my bad. Why do we get upset when things are destroyed? Well, it's the attachment that we had to that thing, that person, or really anything that makes us genuinely upset for when it's destroyed or broken, or the person is deceased. Now, when something or someone has gone, or in a human's case deceased, or in a thing's case has been destroyed or replaced, we personally can't really let go fully and completely. Let me bring back that relationship example. We don't always really and truly let go of what has been, or maybe what even could have been, to be honest. Now, I guess that is the case, but why have I named this video beerus then? You might be wondering, depending on if you're a fan of the series I'm just about to mention, Dragon Ball Super. Anyways, he so wisely said, before creation must come destruction, stating that nothing that is created didn't necessarily replace anything. Now, I hope that makes sense, because if it doesn't, I'm going to really try to explain it in the community tab somehow when I try to think about it more. Now, I have mentioned things being destroyed, yada yada, replaced, and I just slightly mentioned humans, but barely. Now, let me get on that topic of humans. For humans, creation and destruction is that we create things to get rid of the old, but what about our creation and is deceasing even? Well, I don't even think it's deceasing. I mean, personally, I don't like saying death, but I guess in this case I might have to. Or death. I mean, it's a general thing that happens to literally everyone. I mean, should we really be scared of it? Anyways, that's again another question for another video, maybe. Anyways, so yeah, what about humans? Well, our creation can come out from another being. Me personally, not believing 100% on the Big Bang Theory, now hear me out, but some aspects, i.e. there being a supernatural being that caused the Big Bang Theory, did I just say caused the Big Bang Theory? Anyway, caused the Big Bang. But that's just me personally. Now, if there was no such thing as destruction, aka death, departure from this earth, there will be no space for the new. And if there's no death, we might be happier, yes, but overpopulation will be a huge problem. Now, I'm not gonna try and mimic any funny huges, or yes, that will be a huge problem. I mean, we have homeless people, even with the 7 billion people we have. We can't like now. Just imagine if there was no death whatsoever, no destruction at all whatsoever. Overpopulation will be an even worse problem than it is already. I mean, okay. In conclusion, destruction is necessary for people, things, and it essentially balances everything out. Now, I actually originally wanted to cue the Avatar theme with the whole balance thing, but I don't really think this is the best time to do that. Anyway, that's not really a wrap, because I still have like 3 more minutes of discussion and talking. I guess I can continue talking. Oh my days. But there are genuinely some setbacks on keeping the new, where some advantages with the old. You can build on it and make the new, but with studying how to build on the structure a lot better and dismantling it, of course. But the setbacks are if you hoard on the old and there's no space for growth or the new. Now, I really can't stress on this enough. First of all, on just genuinely how crucial destruction and death, yes, I'm saying the word again, can be. I mean, it's mind-boggling how something like that can actually be necessary for that to be space and for growth in general. Then it just has to be. And yeah, I guess I really wanted to end this with, what is your favorite beerus quote? I genuinely did want to end it with that question, and I guess I am really not going to. Yeah, but the thing is, destruction and creation, when it comes to human beings, yeah, when it comes to things, it might be necessary, but when it comes to human beings, it's not our place to be destroyers of ourselves. That is for when our time comes. Everyone has their own different time, and when that happens, it happens. Yeah, that's when people again are deceased. But really, in conclusion to this topic of destruction and creation, destruction is as necessary as creation, because for us to not, let's say you want to dismantle something to see how it works and to improve it, something like that is genuinely necessary. So in conclusion to this topic, destruction is just as necessary as creation, and we need it to improve ourselves. And we need to be able to do it to see that, you know what, we don't have such limitations that we think we do. We can make things better than they already are. Yeah, and I guess just really the way it is and the way it is in general. Anyways, Now you might be wondering, Matthew, why are you drawing then? If this whole thing is about creation and destruction and you've titled this video beerus, which has got nothing to do with drawing, then why are you drawing? Well, let me answer that question for you. This drawing, well, the first one that I'm doing anyways, is about two sides. One side is a completely just destroyed and crumbled and decayed place, a street that's been abandoned in general. And the other side is what we can refurbish it, how it'll be basically. And just to show that basically we can, if we set our minds to something, we can create it and make it happen. Yeah. And yeah, the second one I was actually talking that was more like a relationship in humans. One half is just ouch, the pain of a broken relationship, and the second half is, well, when someone is fine in general and everything is going well with their lives. Now, I really hope that you enjoyed this video and this discussion. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying this long, and if you have managed to stay this far, please, I'll really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel. You'll really be helping a brother out. Now, stay tuned for the next video, and that will be coming sooner than you think, maybe, but again, no promises. I guess I'll see you then, and I guess, yeah, this is my drawing. I hope you enjoy it. And I'm just about to do my second one right here. I really can't stress enough how thankful I am for you to stay this far to the end, right at the end of this video. And I really will see you in the next video. Hope to see you there. That's it, folks. That's a wrap. I've always wanted to say that. Alright, cool. Oh yeah, can you see the wire? Looks fine. It's fine. That's fine. Everything looks fine. Okay, I've already wasted 40 seconds. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video from MattyDTube. Today I'm going to be talking about something that I've been planning for a while. It was supposed to be my first ever video, well, comeback video anyways, but I decided that the first one that I actually did was way more important. No, not really, but just slightly more important than this one. Yeah, no, still way more important, but still. Anyways, the reason, well, not the reason for this video, you'll find out quite soon, but quick disclaimer, yeah? For those people who have like actual bonds and don't really have any trouble with bonding with people, stuff like that, especially parents, bonding with parents, I mean, this video will be pretty useless for you. But if you want to stick around just to like understand how other people might feel, sure, that's all, it's all up to you. Okay, so yeah, the point of this video is all about how just the bonding with our parents is just, you know how teenagers can get, yeah? From the age of like what, 5 or so, maybe even 4 to like 9, 10, you have a really close, thick bond, and you appreciate things that your parents do and everything. From 9, 10, so on, stop at I don't know when, because I'm not there yet, I'm still only 12. You tend to not really have that thick bond, and you like completely lose it in a way. What I'm trying to say, if you don't really understand where I'm coming from, is that you just don't really like anymore. You don't. I've just muddled up my words right there. So at this point, you really just don't appreciate anything. You like cut off your friends. And there's a perfect example of this in a movie that I absolutely love. It is called, I'm thinking of Spirited Away, damn. It is called A Silent Voice. And there is a quote from there, and I know myself, I do not memorize quotes well at all. So I have set it up. The quote is, "Bad friends are like paper cuts. Both are annoyingly painful and make you wish you were more careful." My point for saying this is, when you get to a certain age, that is going to be your mentality, even at any age. But at that age, like teenager-ish age, you are going to be more careful. You would have realized at that point. Once you get to that teenage age, you are more rebellious. You like, how can I say, you're not pushed around easily in any other way apart from you're not pushed around easily. You are more firm, you stand your ground, even to your parents, and I understand, yeah? But you still need to appreciate what they do, even though you might just not want to do the dishes because they tell you to, and you want to say, I've done the dishes because I wanted to do the dishes. Trust me, I understand. I completely understand where you're coming from, because you just want to do what you want to do at that point, but you actually do not know anything. Quote from parents. Yeah, but I'm not wrong. At this stage, at this teenage stage, you are still naive. Not as naive when as you that's weird. Not as naive as when you were a child, but you're still morally naive. Wrong word. You are genuinely still naive, yeah? And you still don't understand the concept of life. You might be thinking of all sorts of theories, making up your own thing of your own mentality of the world and the earth and how it can be really sick, and it is. And what you might be saying is that the world is sick. Nobody is there for you or anything like that. I'm not trying to discourage you, but those are the thoughts that you might be having depending on your experience. And understandably, there's no such thing as no bad friend. If you haven't had a bad friend at all in your entire life, consider yourself the luckiest person on this entire planet, because that is physically impossible. Screw that, it is just impossible. You cannot live a life without having someone who might have done wrong to you, which sparks and sets that snap. Yeah, it snaps you into that realization of something, whatever it might be. But whatever that is, don't let it because it can intertwine with you and your parents' relationship, because they are people. For whatever reason it is, I don't really understand why. You snap at people who gave birth to you. They can take you out as well. Okay, I'm joking. I'm not joking. These people have been there, and they are not fake. They are real, and they will always be there. I can assure you that. Yeah, I can't say that I've learned it the hard way, because there is no such thing as a hard way to that. It's pretty easy route. It might come with a couple twists and turns, but I can't say that all families are perfect and like this. And I can't be there for you physically, but I can still try to be there for you if you need any help. This got really sad and dark. Like this turned a bit, but the message I'm trying to put out to you people. If I say to your guy, if I say to you guys, it's kind of like not everyone who's watching is a guy. Am I right? But like, what I'm trying to say, my point is, just because you might be mad at the world, at people, your so-called friends, even at you can actually have actual friends who will always be there for you. You can always get mad at them though, even at you're mad at anything. At anything, even if it be your parents. Don't really take it out on them. Punch a pillow, anything. It's just not on them. Understandable, most teenagers have an attitude. If you don't, again, consider yourself the luckiest person on this entire planet. But if you do, you can learn to try and settle it down, control it, because you are with your parents the whole time. During this lockdown, you have been forced to stick with your parents. You no longer have the excuse that, oh, mom, dad, I'm going to school, I'll be back in 6 hours. If you're in America, how many hours you have? Or any other part of the country, if it's like the curriculum's different, that's besides the point. Yeah. You don't have any other excuse of going anywhere else to not be with your parents. You are now forced to stay at home. No by bounds, because of coronavirus, of course, but like still. You are now forced to stay at home and bond with your parents. And you now have to. You have to accept that this is how it's gonna be. Just live with it. It's not that hard. It's not nothing that hard. Okay, just, I understand if you are a teenager and you don't have the best bond with your parents. I cannot stress that enough. But be sure to still be nice to them, care for them, even be there for them. Again, if you're the absolute opposite of what I'm talking about, then you're doing a great job. I don't know what happened, but like, kudos to you. If you don't know the meaning of that word, search it up, okay? And yeah, I guess that kind of wraps up the video. And this is kind of an odd mark to leave it on, but I hope y'all enjoy your day. Have a good one. Peace.
Okay, look, everyone was a rebellious teenager at one point, including moi. Like, please don't try to tell me that you were like this perfect angel teenager. You just weren't. So today I'm gonna be talking about the first time I ever lied to my parents as a part of my first time series. So listen, I was like 12 years old. When I was 12, Facebook was really popular. You had to be 13 to join the site, and I was 12. One day I decided I want to play Farmville, I want to play Bejeweled, I want to play games with my friends, so I just made one. And it was all fine and dandy, you know, it was a vibe. And about a week later, my mom found it. My parents were divorced, so we had this like 3-way phone call, and they ended up taking my phone away for like a month over some gems and pigs. I don't know, man. You know what? That didn't stop me. I was not gonna let that stop me, because like 2 weeks later, I just made another Facebook, a completely different one. Like, it didn't like reactivate the other one, but I made this stupid decision of friending my mother, which then I lost my phone indefinitely.
Son, you're a disgrace to this family. You know what? No, I don't know what. I'm gonna run away and never come back.
Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
Day we hustle, but the night we
Know that they ride or die.